more light.
PTP, positive thinking people. PTP, positive thinking people.
Real Talk Live with Dr. Rodney Grimes. People to people, power to power, positive thinking people. Yes, with Sir Rod and Lady Z. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's about we. And God we trust.
PTP, positive thinking people. PTP, positive thinking people. PTP, positive thinking.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening, everyone. This is People to People, Power to Power, Positive Thinking People. I thank all of you for tuning in. I'm excited. I got a very, very dear good friend of mine, a gentleman who is doing some amazing things, has done amazing things in the past, and still continue to do so going into the future. Mr. Tico Wells, how you doing, sir?
What it is, what it is.
My man, it's always a pleasure to see you.
You too, man. How you feeling?
I'm hanging in there, man. It was a little rough coming into the studio today, man. It was 5-0 all over the place. It was a little stressful. I don't know, man, but I'm blessed. Every day above ground is a good day. So, I just take that and try to stay positive,
I feel you. I feel you. Can
So
you hear me
so
okay?
huh? I can hear you okay.
Okay, cool.
So hey Tico, pretty much I understand that right now you're working on the documentary.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna be in the DMV at the end of the month, man. April 28th. So I get
I'm
to see you
excited.
face to face, and you and your lady and your crew and all that. We're gonna be in Greenbelt, Maryland. Gonna be out in
Okay.
Maryland at the Greenbelt
Merlin.
Cinema. Yeah, Greenbelt Cinema.
Let's give the audience a little bit of information about the documentary.
Um, Basically, my friend Joe Fisher, former track star, former school teacher, he started the women's cross country track team at Catholic University, where he was a track star himself. And in 1990, he decided that because he was given an opportunity to go to college, coming from a low-income family in Southeast, 8 kids, mother and father. If anybody knows DC, especially in the 60s and 50s and 70s, and they know the word Southeast. And he decided that because he was given an opportunity, he wanted to give back and create an opportunity for other low-income families around the DMV. And that's what he did. He created First Generation College Bound. And First Generation College Bound is a support access, college access. That's what they call it. And I've been with him since the beginning when he started in 1990. And we started out doing little public service announcements, little short documentaries. And we even did in the late around 2018, 2019, we did like a little talk show just to get the word out there and be creative. And then right now we have a full feature-length documentary called First Generation College Bound, 33 years and counting. And it's been a labor of love. We didn't have a lot of resources, but we had a lot of heart, a lot of spirit, and people chipping in, and we got it done. And we're going to have our first DMV screening April 28th at the Greenbelt Cinema in Greenbelt, Maryland. Maryland. I still can't say Maryland, man. I'm from PG County, man. I still can't say Maryland right. Maryland. Where you at? You from Maryland? You going out
I'm
Maryland?
You going out Maryland?
You go if you're in DC or Virginia, you say you going out Maryland. You
That's
know,
for
you go
sure.
into DC, you go out to Maryland, right?
You already know the
Yeah,
DMV.
the
We
DMV.
That's what I like about this area, though. Maryland, Virginia, DC, all connected, and literally you can get on a bicycle and go to each one of the locations without a problem.
That's right.
And
That's
and
right.
our the transit system down here, you never can be stuck anywhere because you can
Mm-mm.
get around.
Yeah, unless
So
you live
so
in the outskirts.
yeah, and they
If you're in
working
PG
on.
County, you're pretty good.
Yep,
Once
that
you leave
hey,
PG County or Montgomery County, that's a
that's
little
right,
rough.
that's right. So
Yeah.
so with this documentary,
Hmm.
pretty much is this going to be something that's going to give people information on moving forward to change things in their surrounding, education wise, or financially, or what is the documentary? Just give a little idea of what it's going to be as far as coming out and what we can look forward to.
Well, first generation college bound is 36 years old right now. Um, we started when it was 33 years old, and it took me a few years to complete it. And we didn't have any studio backing or anything like that. And this was grassroots project. So, um, basically, in a nutshell, what Joe Fisher created was an opportunity for high school students, starting in Laurel. We started the organization in Laurel, and it branched out to 7 high schools. And they have a team of coaches at each high school, and they encourage the seniors who, most of us, I don't know about you, but when it was time for me to go to college, um, my parents, my mother in particular, she didn't really know how to assist me in that, and I didn't know a lot about SATs and all that. So this is a support organization. Kids that want to go to college, regardless of their financial situation, but especially if they're low income to middle income, we guide them through the process, how to fill out the forms for financial aid, how to prepare, how to get your grades at a certain point, how to take the SAT, the certain dates. And you have a coach that guides you along so that you don't miss dates and things like that, and that you're prepared to to meet the responsibilities of just applying and getting accepted and doing what you have to do to go to college. So started in PG County in Laurel, where I went to high school, and where I met Joe Fisher. He used to be my next door neighbor. And so there's a neighborhood called Kimberly Gardens. And it was, known as a housing project. When I was in school, it was a housing project. And he started there knocking on doors, 100 doors, just knock, 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 knock. Hey, I'm starting this organization to help kids. You want to get your kid into college, and getting doors slammed in his face. And sometimes when you're trying to do something for the people, the first challenge is the people.
Yeah.
Sometimes, a lot of times, because we hear so many negative stories about people. This is a story about a man who wanted to do something good, and that's what he did for
And
36 years.
yeah, and I spoke to Joe briefly. We setting up to do the interview with him as well.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of, I don't know if I'm older than him or if he's older than me. I'm gonna say he older than me. But anyway, I say all that to say that I admire what he's doing, and I think that that's amazing, and it's for many of us. I have a gentleman that's actually viewing on here, who works with me, James Parker, Chaplain
Mm-hmm.
James Parker. That's one of the conversations that him and I had early on, where he was talking about just getting back into the community, getting where we start to messing with the areas in the minds of the children to get them on track to get them to do things like Joe is doing, giving
Mm-hmm.
them an opportunity to see a better future for themselves and know that it's there to achieve.
Right.
And
Right.
one of the hardest things that we've been struggling with is getting support in the community, because we have gotten to a point where we have been beat down so much. I think what happens is, um, we find ourselves like not really believing that we can uh, uh, be blessed in an area where we can make things different in our lives. We got a lot of kids, man, have lost hope and don't have desires to move forward. But we
Yeah.
got to reestablish that in their thinking, and that really comes from us coming together in a community where we will be able to uh, give them some hope and let them know that as individuals like yourself, Joe Fisher, myself, uh, um, and Chaplain James Parker, who's another gentleman who's that's one of his ultimate goals. We even talk about Queen Rachel, who is on here. She's another one always fighting and advocating for moving in the direction to support people. Now, I say all that to say that these are individuals who are moving in the arena like Joe Fisher and yourself, you, Tico Wells. And that's really, really powerful. But we need to come together in the DMV as a community and say, hey, we are not giving in. We are going to be here, open doors for these children, these young people, so that they can start to have some sense of let's move forward. So I can't wait to do that interview with Joe, for him to really, really lock down and talk about what work he's put in, what you're doing from your end as well. Kudos to you, because I really appreciate the fact that, with your background being an actor, you being in the Hollywood scene and things like that, that you're still taking the time to come to the community and say, hey, we can do something to help these young people. So that's kudos to you as well.
Thank you. As you were saying that, I was like, it's not like I don't want to look at it as like charity or something like that, right? In the sense of um, it's creating possibilities where there may seemingly be no possibilities. Like, we got something for you right here. You don't have to take it, but if you want to take it, we're willing to support you.
Right.
So some people, you know, higher education of college or whatever is not their thing. But there's a lot of people who, like myself, I didn't grow up in a wealthy family, but my mother always encouraged me and talked about college because that was big in her family. And so it wasn't a matter of if I was going to college, it was where I was going to go and how was I going to get in.
Yes.
At one point, as a kid, real young kid, 8, 9 years old, I thought it was going to be maybe through sports, football or something like that. I grew up loving college football, and I used to go to watch. I don't know if you remember FCC, Federal City College, back in the day. I think it's what's it called? It was what's it called now? DC Teachers and Federal City merged, and what's the name of the school now in DC? The black school.
You talk
Man.
about
Not Howard, but it's like a community college, but it's called it'll come to me anyway.
yeah.
I used to go to those games. I used to watch games on TV, but at a certain point, I didn't think I was going to be a football player anymore. So it was music and drama and things like that, and it was hard for me. I didn't know what. It came so fast on me from 11th grade to 12th grade, and I was like, "Whoa, SATs, PSATs, and whatever." All these SATs, and I didn't do well on my teacher looked at my grades and said, Tico, this isn't good. But I applied to Maryland, Howard, all kinds of schools in the DMV and New York University, Catholic University, and everybody was no, 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 no. We don't want you. We don't want you. Bowie State was the one that said that I could come, and they opened their arms to me, and I had to learn how to fill out the financial aid papers on my own and stumble through stuff. And I'm a study type person, so I was able to figure it out. But a lot of kids, they're not good with things like that, and they don't know that the government has put aside billions of dollars for low-income families to be able to go to school. And it's not even about the academics, really. You don't really need a high academic score to get these federal grants and things.
Right.
So it's not so much about scholarships as it is Pell Grant. And that's the basis for in-state students. You can get that money, man.
So with Joe is working on and with this documentary, will this be something that's going to allow the individuals to get knowledge on the step by step to move forward to be able to go to college or?
Yeah. That's the whole thing. This is
okay.
So say if you were at school, like I went to Laurel High School. Laurel was one of our first schools that joined with us. So we have coaches over there. And the kids, they have meetings and stuff, and they outline what you have to do. You need to get your family income, taxes, whatever they need, all the information they ask you for. They'll tell you, they outline everything you need to apply to the different schools. And then it's like a club, like a support network. And if you want to go, there's money for you to go, period.
So, and I don't want to take this off of the attention of the documentary, but I want to ask you this question because you got into the movies and acting and stuff like that. Was this something that someone did similar to this to put you in a position to be able to move into a direction like that?
Well, I mean, I've had a lot of great mentors and people who cared about me and people that encouraged me. But like I said, when I was applying for colleges back in 1979, I didn't really have that type of support. A lot of my white counterparts, they knew about getting tutors and stuff like that.
Right.
It didn't even cross my mind to get a tutor for the SAT to get a better grade, a better score. It didn't even cross my mind.
So this documentary basically is going to put individuals in a position and say, hey, these are some of the processes that you want to go through, 1, 2, 3, that'll get you to 4, 5, and 6.
I would say the documentary is the story of Joe Fisher and what he created, which is first generation college bound. And you're going to hear from some of the students, you're going to hear from the staff, you're going to hear from people like me who are been on the outskirts of it the whole time. You're going to hear the community talking about it and just celebrating this whole movement of empowerment, this whole movement of there's always a will. The Creator always makes a way for us. If you ask, if you knock, it shall be opened unto you. And Joe and I talk about faith a lot. He's a man of faith. And he's a man who is not just going to talk about helping. He's literally in the community. He's literally was in the classroom. He knows the school system. He was literally at Catholic University, both as a student, where not many Blacks had an opportunity in the early 70s to go to Catholic University. But there was a program that helped 30-some students to get into Catholic University from low-income families. So he took that caring, that spirit of each one teach one, each one lift one, and he started from nothing. We laugh and we say, you started first generation college bound from air, basically. Knocking on doors, getting doors slammed in his face. And I think The first year, maybe he got about 17 kids off to college that first year. Now it's a lot more.
Well,
And
that's
so the
part of
documentary is not, it's not a seminar on
right.
what they do. It's a celebration of achievement of these beautiful minds, these young people who, just given a chance, can do amazing things. And he's the Pied Piper that's saying, hey, look, I see there's light up ahead. There's light up ahead. So come follow me, and I'm gonna show you where some light is.
Right. I think that what Joe is doing is so much needed, like many others. And I'm going to step into the arena myself, because many times I've reached out to young people, mentoring, to get them to understand that if you can conceive it, you can achieve it.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that we got to realize that in this day and time, the minds are so diluted with this image that you're not going to be able to accomplish anything. But what Joe is actually doing is saying, hey, I got testimonies to show you that it works,
Yeah,
that you can move forward.
yeah,
I like that. And I'm
yeah.
so excited when we get to talk to Joe, because my apologies. I had him scheduled to be on Monday, and I took ill, but nevertheless, he's already standing by to come on, and we're going to make that happen. I'm gonna bring him into the studio because now I'm really excited to talk with him. But I'm also trying to figure out how that I can play a part and partner up with him as well, because it takes a team of individuals to start making some things happen, like yourself. You reaching out saying, hey, Rodney, I'm going to take the time to come on to the podcast. We're going to talk about this because we want people to know that, it's people that care, like Joe Fisher.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing for me is that a lot of times in my Hollywood career, I would audition for things that I wasn't sure if it moved the culture forward or not. When I did the Five Heartbeats, I felt like it made a positive impact. And we're celebrating our 35th anniversary this year. As a matter of fact, we're having a screening. UCLA is putting on a screening on the 25th. So I'll be at that for the question and answer and all that stuff. But the thing that why I wanted to make this movie, well, Joe wanted to document, and I've been documenting first generation college bound since 1990. And like I said, we started off with very humble documentaries, and it gave me an opportunity as well. So what I got out of it was an opportunity as a director and a filmmaker to share my skills and talents. And every great thing needs some type of recognition, publicity to get out there. And, he was working in his house, and then they got a building downtown Laurel. And then, they got an office space, first office space. Now he has got another office space, a bigger, larger for his staff. And then they got the office space across the hall. So I've watched over the last 36 years them grow and grow and grow. And a lot of times people come to work and they're thinking that this is just a job. But it's more than a job. It's a mission. Like
Yes.
when I'm acting, I don't want it to be, I'm just doing this just for the money. I actually am fascinated with this craft of acting. Like, what the heck is it anyway, right? I used to play make-believe as a kid all the time, pretending I was Batman and Superman and G.I. Joe and all this kind of stuff. And we'd go outside, we pretend like we were shooting each other and stuff like that. So I've been acting all my life. And it's fascinating because it's storytelling. As an actor, you're a piece on the chessboard.
Yeah.
And as a filmmaker, I have to put all these pieces into a little puzzle to tell a story. And I I want to thank Ryan Coogler. And the reason I want to thank Ryan Coogler is because he said something on YouTube the other day in an interview. He said when he made his first movie, Fruitvale Station, he did the best he could do with what he had. And when he made Creed, he did the best he could do with what he had. But then when he did Black Panther and Black Panther 2, he did the best he could with what he had. And now with Sinners, which probably was the biggest budget maybe he ever had, I don't know, he said, I did the best I could with what I had. And for me, this is my first feature length, you know, features kind of like 90 minutes, roughly average, you know, an hour to 90 minutes. It's my first one of that length. And I did the best. We did the best. Joe and I did the best we could with what we had. And it's the same thing with First Generation College Bound. Joe did the best he could in 1990 with no staff, not getting paid, going to Kimberly Gardens, which in Laurel was probably known as one of the rougher, low income neighborhoods, right? He did the best he could with what he had. And I tell people all the time, get started.
Yeah.
Get started.
Yeah.
You want to be a mailman, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a computer person, whatever it is you want to do. You want to be a farmer and learn to plant. Plant something. Plant something. Nobody made me a filmmaker. When I was in New York University taking acting as my major, I transferred from Bowie and I went to New York University. I envisioned at 20 years old, I said, I'm going to act. And then at some point, I'm going to transition and get directing under my belt.
Right.
And it's taken me longer than I thought. And I told Robert Townsend a couple of years, he said, what you going to do this year? I said, I think I'm going to make a film. But I thought it was going to be like a dramatic thing. I didn't know it was going to be a documentary.
Right.
And Joe has been wanting to do a more in-depth documentary and, you know, leave his legacy on, you know, in capture.
Right.
So, you know, I gave him a number that I needed in order to feel comfortable making this. And it was crickets. No response. Then finally I realized, okay, we ain't got no money. But I said, just fly me out to DC, fly me out to Maryland, you know, put a few dollars in my pocket and let's get this thing rolling. And that's what we did. And I actually was shot on an iPhone. So today we don't have a lot of excuses for not creating the life we want to create.
Yes.
We don't have, we can make excuses, but all you got to do is think about somebody like Harriet Tubman, and she just takes all your excuses away. Because what was she dealing with?
Yes.
To get from Maryland to New York on foot?
Yeah. And I'm listening to you. You're inspiring me to continue to move forward as I have been doing the People to People podcast, wanting it to be a platform for individuals to come on to be able to talk about different things for the community moving forward. I'm not, this is not a beat up session for me to complain, but a lot of times I haven't got a lot of support from individuals because they don't understand the struggle in which it requires to do production. It's not easy. As you know, coming on, we go through these things. Everything work fine sometimes when you on Saturday, but when you come on Sunday, something go wrong, and next thing you know, you going through a process and you saying what happened. But what I want to say publicly, I am so intrigued now, and I can't wait to really sit down with Joe because I want to know what can I do on my behalf going forward to assist with these youth and helping them to get to some point where they're going to say, hey, we got people that believe in us and they're going to help us make some difference. So that's really, really important to me moving forward. I got to say, and I'm just kind of I'm slipping some stuff in here. You know, I'm working with a young lady, Darlene Smith. We just did I just did a major play called The Vacation House. Don't judge a book by its cover. I acted in it and did very, very well. I did
Man, you
very
didn't
well.
tell me about that. Why you didn't tell me about that, man?
You know what? I meant to really. I had talked to her and I was telling her I was going to reach out to some of the individuals like yourself and let you know what was going on. We sold it out 2 times. We sold it out in October and then came back in February, sold it out again. I mean, it was amazing. But what's really important is for us to collaborate together to help uplift. We got to help Joe to be able to push what he's doing. We got to help you, individuals like Darlene, individuals like myself. I received my doctorate last year. I'm now Dr. Rodney Alex Grimes, and and this is through community service, stepping out, saying, "Hey, we want to support people." I'm working with a gentleman right now. His name is Chaplain James Parker. We just started what we call the Sunday Pod. It's all about networking and coming together and say, hey, we want to make a difference for individuals, young and old, to change their lives, moving in the direction to start knowing that anything that you can conceive, you can achieve. Not going to penitentiary, not out here killing and stealing, but we want to show our talents like yourself. You are an example for us. I'm really, really proud of what you accomplished. Let me tell you something. The 5 Heartbeats, that movie, man, I bet you I done watched that thing 20 times. I got a young gentleman in here named Richard. He's a I mean, when I tell you, and this is somebody, when you come in town, I want you to meet this young guy. He's a talented young man who is out here doing little snippets here with his phone camera and things like that. I'm talking about making a difference, right? But what happens is when they don't have people like yourself and Joe and myself to come out and say, hey, you can do bigger and better things, they kind of get stuck. So again, it's all about us pushing forward to say, hey, let's push what Joe has done, show people where he's accomplished, and we got to let people know that we still got leaders in the community. Martin Luther King, Jesse Jackson. We have quite a few that they are gone. But what about what we're doing today and who we got moving right now? And so I commend Joe what he's doing. I can't wait to really do that interview with him. So I want to hear exactly what he's bringing to the table and see what we can do to really, really push that and make it come where we got little individuals like this gentleman I just talked to you about. His name is Richard. He happens to be in the studio right now. And Richard, what's your last name? Johnson. Okay, sorry about that because I'm talking about this guy is so talented, it's crazy. But see, it's individuals like him that didn't have opportunities to get that exposure. But see, him.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The interesting thing is that things like YouTube are being utilized by a lot of people now. A lot of young filmmakers and directors and actors and singers and mechanics. It in a way, YouTube is one of the most brilliant ideas of the last century, to have a station where you don't have to make the content and be the station. You can just be a platform where other people come on and give you content. You have no production cost except the infrastructure of this thing, this internet thing. And, media is powerful. Media is definitely powerful. When I was growing up, there was a guy on TV named Walter Cronkite, and he was CBS Evening News.
Yes.
And if Walter Cronkite said it,
it must be true.
True. How about I remember?
That was the news, and this whatever. I forgot he had some kind of slogan, and that's the way it was, or something like that.
Yes.
And I didn't know that about fake news as a kid. Trump is absolutely right about fake news. He participates in it. We all participate in it when people write things or broadcast things that we don't actually know if it's true or not. We just
Right.
accept it as true.
Yes.
And what's that guy's name? Claude Anderson. You familiar with Claude Anderson? If anybody out there is listening, look up Claude Anderson. He talks about building a community. And he says the first thing you have to do is have businesses. You have to have some type of, especially in capitalist society, you got to have some type of business to generate funding. And then he talks about, buying politicians and buying police officers and buying the court system and buying all of this infrastructure. Then he talks about education, which blew my mind. Like, why is that so far down the road? But it all goes together. I know growing up in the Black community, we thought it was our community because everywhere we looked, it was Black people in DC, especially. I grew up in Southeast and Prince George's County. And come to find out, there's more to owning a neighborhood than just living there and renting there. What are the school systems like? What's being taught at school?
Yeah.
Do the people in the community have any say-so about what's being taught?
Right.
Most of the time, it's just pay attention to whatever they're telling us.
Something got triggered through this conversation. Again, I can't wait to sit down with Joe. Hopefully, when you come in town, excuse me, I'll be able to have you come into the studio. We sit down live and really talk about some other things. I got some things that's brewing in my mind that I think that I want to run by you to see what we could do to really elevate individuals and get to a point where we start making a difference and work with what we got.
One thing right off the bat is people can go to FGCB.org, firstgenerationcollegebound.org, or FGCB.org. Either one of those will work. firstgenerationcollegebound.org or FGCB.org, and press the donate button. Go through the website, look at some of the stuff, who they are, the board, the coaches, the staff, what the organization is all about, and donate.
And you know something? Let me say that again. See, we don't have a problem going into Walmart or Home Depot or wherever the case and spend money, and sometimes spend money unnecessarily. But when we got opportunities to donate to a project, we won't do so when they don't realize creating the success of these projects is a win-win situation for us all. So to donate to this project would be, here, you can look back later and say, you know what? This program right here helped my child move forward. And when we have those successful programs to be able to look back and say, look what we brought to the community, that's amazing. So as everyone who looks at this program, even myself, I have to go back and find, I don't care if it's $5, $10, $20, $1. I always tell a person this: you can take $1 and start your million. All you got to do is save up 1 million of them, And so
Yeah.
you when we donate to these programs like this one, and you donate $5, $10, $15 or $100, and I highly suggest that when we do so, think about the future of the kids, because the success of that business and the success of that program is the success for all of us. It makes a difference for us for tomorrow.
Yeah. And um, that's a challenging conversation because um, I was talking to a friend the other day about when I was growing up and the marketing on television. Kill on Tony the Tiger, they're great, Um, SpaghettiOs, uh, Rice-A-Roni. They had all of these great jingles, right? And I'm sure I don't watch TV as much as I used to, and I don't watch commercials as much as I used to. But in the 60s and 70s, the advertising agencies were off the chain.
Yeah.
So when a lot of times when people start organizations from humble beginnings, that advertisement piece is not quite there. And we are creatures of habit. We're creatures of habit. So people want Jiffy. They don't want some off-brand, what we call off-brand, right? What does off-brand mean? It means you haven't marketed to me enough that I can trust you. You might have the same exact ingredients as Coca-Cola, but Coca-Cola has spent billions of dollars to capture my mind over and over and over and over and over again. And no matter how much I know that Coca-Cola may burn a hole in my stomach, I'm still going to patronize Coca-Cola because every day when I turn on my TV, Coca and a smile. McDonald's, same thing. All of these big brands, it's not that the food is the best or the products are the best. It's that we are programming ourselves, being programmed every single day. There's not one day where you're not going to see a McDonald's commercial or ride down the street and see a McDonald's sign. It's been burned into our consciousness, so we trust them. Even if some fool comes on and says, look, you need to eat better. We've been brainwashed already, or programmed. I like the word program. It's a more friendly word. We've been programmed that that's the reality. If somebody comes on TV and says, 1 million of you are going to die if you don't take my product, you're going to die. 1 million of you are going to die if you don't take my product. 1 million of you are going to die. And you hear this all day for a whole year. You have no proof of it. You have no anything. So anything we do, it's like when I was telling you about the coaches at the college, they're programming the kids to say, you can do it. If you want to go to college, you can do it. And a lot of people from low-income families don't think they can have the college experience. And I'm not one to say college is for everybody. But for people who want to do it, they have access. And so we have to reprogram, program, deprogram, and program, especially from low-income families, because what's talked about in low-income families? We're broke. We're poor. We're underprivileged. We're minorities. They're not going to let us do this. They're not going to let us do this. They're not going to let us do this. Day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out, where I was fortunate enough to have a mother and a father and a stepfather to say I could do whatever I want to do. If I put my mind to it, like you said, if I can conceive and believe, then I can achieve. It's not in every household that message is going through. And then they turn on the TV and they see their favorite rapper getting shot and their favorite rapper, going to jail, and their favorite singer going to jail, and their favorite rap mogul, in trouble for something, it paints a negative image on our brain. And us as African Americans are still even dealing with the trauma of slavery. And that's been over 100 years ago. So the programming is real. Programming in religion is real. If I tell you you're going to hell if you don't follow this, you're going to hell if you don't follow this, you're going to hell, you're going to hell, you're going to hell, you're going to hell, or you're going to heaven, you're going to heaven, you're going to heaven. This is programming. We live in a programmed world. So our consciousness is very sensitive. It's like a station. You got to find the right station to put it on, because there's a lot of weird frequencies out there.
Yeah. I really, and I say that as many people walk up to me, my slogan is people to people, power to power, positive thinking people. I say it all the time. People to people, power to power, positive thinking people. People to people, that's me and you, and whoever the other you want them to be. The power you possess, the power I possess, the power we possess together. And when we move in a positive way, we become positive thinking people. That's PTP.
Mm-hmm.
I constantly say this. So as you say in programming, I could be in the store somewhere and somebody will walk up to me and say, "Hey, what's up, PTP? How you doing?" And they say the slogan, people to people, power to power, positive thinking people. And I smile. It's programming. Well, what I also like to do is to tell people and have us programming to understand that in order for us to move forward, we can't wait for anybody else to do it. We have to support each other. We got to do our own work. We build our own communities and have it so that we don't wait for somebody to come in and say, okay, we're going to have it like this and we're going to put a dog park over there instead of a community center. We got to start being the ones who come in and say, we need things for our youth. We need programs for individuals to see, and we support them financially to make sure that they succeed, and we are programmed in a way to move forward. So again, going back to Joe, let me tell you something. Joe, if he's watching, kudos to you, my brother. I can't wait to sit down with you. And one of the things that I want to say, and Tico, again, I've asked you to come on the program several times. You never told me no. I'm a platform that some people would look at as like down on the bottom of the totem pole somewhere. But you know something? We do what we do. And
let me interrupt that, because somewhere along the line we learned that quantity is legitimacy, as opposed to, it doesn't matter if you and I are speaking on the phone, if we got a three-way call going, if we got a group chat going, if we got a Zoom going, if you got a YouTube channel going, if you got a nationally syndicated program going. What matters for my thinking is quality, the intent. Are you trying to transform where we are to something
bigger,
more and more expansive? Hello.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Is that wifey?
No. That's actually my granddaughter calling. Wife is over here.
What's up? But no, Rodney, it's like we have let other people dictate what is legitimate for us. If it's on CBS or NBC, it's legitimate.
Right.
But if it's on YouTube or Zoom or people to people, then all of a sudden it's not.
It's nonsense.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to say this. I got some other friends who are successful. I've reached out, said, hey, I need you to come on to the podcast. I want you to come on, because what I'm trying to do is to set this platform that here in the DMV, you don't have to pay me to come on here. What I want you to know is that I'm in the same arena with you. I want to see us succeed. I know that your success is mine. When I see you, Tico, and I look on there and I can talk to you on the phone, but I'm sitting down in my living room and go back and watch the 5 Heartbeats, man. I'll be like, I could do this because this man has shown me that dreams do come true. They become reality. But you don't, it's not just because you're an actor. I'm talking about what you do for the community, encouraging people, and kudos to you, my brother. Kudos to you. I'm just so excited moving forward. I will not give in. I will not put my head down for what I believe in. I believe that I am my brothers and sisters keepers. I believe that God has put something in my spirit for me to move forward, to continue to try to make things better in the community. I will not stop. I will not. And I'm just excited. And I'm getting on that platform with Joe. Joe, he got another supporter coming because I am excited. I can't wait till you fly in. I'm coming up there to show support. I've talked to some people already. And and I wanted to put this out there. It's free, right?
Yeah, it's free, and they can RSVP. You got did you get the invitation to put up? I sent it to you, but I'll send it to you again so you can put it up on the screen or whatever. Are we on live right now? We're on live.
Yeah, we're on live.
Okay, so it's a link that's on the invitation. I should have given it to you earlier, but it's going to be April 28th, 2026, 6 p.m. and you must RSVP. So when I'll give it to you. So by the time you have Joe on, we'll have it, or we can put it.
But you did send it to me, and my apologies for not having it actually on the screen to be able to pull it up. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about it
up now. Are you able to pull it up?
Not without me messing around, not cutting you off. My technician is here. I ain't fooling with. But what's going to happen is I'm going to have this information pulled up and being able to run it from now on when I go forward. I'm going to have it so that it's going to come up and I'm going to be able to talk about this and put it out there. That I can promise you. So I'm going to do that until
they can go to. They can go to firstgenerationcollegebound.org and get the information too. We'll make sure we have it on there.
Okay.
One night only. We'll have a Q&A afterwards, and you'll be able to talk to me and Joe and things like that at the Greenbelt Cinema. Greenbelt Cinema, Prince George's County, Maryland.
Well, I'm going to put that down. I'm gonna put it on a marketing flyer. All that information is gonna be over there. It's gonna be able to. I'm gonna be able to run it. I'm gonna put it on my page. I'm gonna have it circulating so people gonna know.
Pull it. Can you pull it up on your phone right quick?
I did. I got it.
Okay, and you got the you got the address there. You should have the address right there. Or I'll pull it up. I'll give it. I should have had it up myself. Greenbelt Cinema.
Okay, the office address is First Generation College Bound, 8101 Sandy Spring Road.
Right. Okay. I was talking about the address
for the event. For the event, correct?
Yeah, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter right now. The bottom line is, if anybody really wants to come, they're gonna call the Greenbelt Cinema, or they're gonna get on firstgenerationcollegebound.org, and when you and Joe get together, you'll pull it up. You'll have it on your pages. I'll have it on pages, and they'll be able to find out. You know, it's funny when you really want to find something out, you find out about it April 28th. 2026. April 28, 2026. April 28, 2026. The Greenbelt Cinema, Greenbelt, Maryland.
Yep.
And what road that is on, I am trying to look. I should have had it in front of me, but I'm on my phone now, and I don't have it.
But I have it here. And what I'm getting ready to do here, I am actually.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
You got
129 Center Way. 129 Center Way. And man, I wish I could give you this, forward this to you from your email. Anyway, we're a little bit unprepared on that end to have
No,
it up.
don't just on April is April 28th that it's going to take place.
Yep.
Wait a minute, and let me see. So
129 Center Way. And they could go on Eventbrite. That's the key. That's the key. Eventbrite. Go on Eventbrite. Look up First Generation College Bound on Eventbrite. Event, EVENTBRITE, eventbrite.com, and look up First Generation College Bound. And it should have all the details right there. And you can RSVP because it only seats 300 and some seats that night. So it's first come, first register. You know what I'm saying? And for all my friends out there that I went to school with, all the students who've been helped by First Generation College Bound, all the young people who are in high school right now, and Laurel High School, Central High School, Parkdale, what are the other ones? Parkdale, Northwestern. Find out about First Generation College Bound.
and what I just did, let me check this out. Actually, I just got it that it's going to be scrolling on there. I just put the join us on April 28th, 2026, 6 p.m., 129 Center Way, Greenbelt, Maryland, 20770. It's free. So that's going across the screen right there. We now got it posted so that anyone that looks at the program, they'll be able to see that information and know that they can come out and support the event.
Yep. And go on Eventbrite and look up First Generation College Bound and register early, because we got a feeling it's going to be, we're expecting a packed house.
For sure. I'm sure it's going to be, again, I'm going to continue to promote it, and I'll be there. Excuse me. I got a few individuals I'm bringing out. I talked to one of my colleagues, Miss Darlene Smith. I got Chaplain James Parker, who is another community activist, trying to do some stuff in the community. I spoke to him about it also today and told him about it. We're going to continue to talk about it as we go into each one of the programs moving forward. I'm going to have that information out there. So we want it where, it's going to be a full house, a standing room only, to come out. And then we want to talk about, you and I going to talk again. I want the information on what we can do to promote and try to get people to donate toward the project itself. So that's going to be one of our targets. I'm excited as always to have this opportunity to sit down with you, my brother, man. You're a good man. I'm going to be looking at the 5 Heartbeats in the next couple of days because it just, you know, every time I think about it, and the wife said, you know what, we're going to watch the 5 Heartbeats again. Hey, you know, it's a pleasure, you know, to be able to say that I know you personally, and that you're a good man, and I appreciate what you do for representing us the way that you do. And you know, our friend Tangi, uh, shout out to him, my man. I know he on here watching, and we just want everybody to know that People to People is a platform that cares about your success, and what we want to do is use it at any opportunity to push things like this. Mr. Joe Fisher will be interviewed. We're going to talk about what he's doing, the hard work that he put in to try to open door for young people to have a different platform in their life. I'm just so excited about that. Again, Tico, anytime, you know, I'm always a phone call away, bro. I appreciate you giving me this opportunity to sit down with you and to speak with you. And if you got a spot in one of your upcoming movies, tell Mr. Townsend, hey, Rodney Grimes, Dr. Grimes is trying to do a little acting now.
Man,
I ain't scared.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know. I'm getting ready to go shoot a couple of episodes of a friend's TV series that is called Cart 2.
Okay.
Based on a movie that he directed called Caught in the Game, which is on Tubi. And this TV series is going to be on Tubi. It's sort of a crime drama. And I'm playing a role that's a little different from Choir Boy. But matter of fact, I go to shoot that next week. And then I'll be out there with you guys after I come off that shoot.
Okay, well, hey, Tico, hey, give me a call, man, because, yo, the guest room is available, so you're more than welcome, man, to come over, man. We fix some tea and go throw rocks at the police cars or something, you know?
All right, man. All right. All right, my brother.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. We get ready to shut it down and just let everybody know that, you know, if you can conceive it, you can achieve it. We have individuals out here like Mr. Joe Fisher, who we've been speaking about throughout this interview here, that's making a difference in the metropolitan area here, right here, and in the arm reach that we can reach out and say, hey, we want to make a big difference. So we want to make sure this program is a success. So again, I thank you.
April 28th, my documentary, First Generation College Bound, 33 years and counting. It's going to be at the Greenbelt Cinema, 129 Center Way, and that's in Greenbelt, Maryland. I still can't say Maryland. Maryland. I'm from Maryland, y'all.
You from Maryland?
April 28th, documentary, First Generation College Bound. Be there. You can go on the website, firstgenerationcollegebound.org. I'm going to post it on my Holistic Conversations on Facebook. Rodney's going to have it on all his platforms. And we'd love to see you there. Peace and blessings. And thanks, Rodney, for having me, man. And keep doing the good work you're doing, man.
Thank you, my brother. Keep
doing the good work. Talk to you soon.
Man.
All right.
Okay, talk to you soon, bro.
Peace. Peace.